All right, so Will Levis is a Tennessee Titan now. Breaking news. Here we go. Now the question becomes, what does that mean for Ryan Tannehill? Because they're not going to try to start Levis right away. Is this Tannehill's last year? Does Tannehill lose the starting job halfway through the season? I mean, they've got Malik Willis, who we know. I'm sorry, he's not an NFL quarterback. I've watched him play. He can't throw the football at all. I never understood the Malik Willis love. Like, I get that there are some great physical traits there. He can't throw the football. He's not. He's just not a quarterback. Yeah. And clearly the Titans have told us that by drafting Will Levis here. So it really becomes now, how long is Ryan Tannehill the starting quarterback in Tennessee?
Man, maybe one more year. I think that they just need to blow that thing up, though, right? I mean, the defense was terrible last year for Tennessee. Derrick Henry isn't getting any younger. There were the reports and the rumors they wanted to move him. The offensive line wasn't very good. The skill position players aren't very good.
The simple answer, like the non-snarky answer is, or I guess maybe this is the snarky answer is, yeah, someone could get hurt, or a lot of people could get hurt. It's the NFL. Anything can happen. Roster-wise, no chance. They are in a different class than everyone else, not just in the NFC East. I think they're in a different class than everyone else in the NFC. And, like, you know, Mahomes keeps the Chiefs in that class because he's him. And you know, the Bengals are probably pretty close. The Bills are probably pretty close. But what the Eagles have roster-wise is nuts. And the way they've built it, being able to kind of rebuild on the fly, like, it's Howie Roseman is what he's done. Just give him Executive of the Year for, like, the next half decade.
Seriously.
I mean, it's truly absurd, the amount of draft capital they've had, the way they've been able to sign guys. And then they get lucky because everyone loves being there. And a guy like Brandon Graham coming off, 13 and a half sacks, is like, yeah, I'll take a vet minimum. I just want to be here. Cool. Like, where does that happen? Philly, apparently.
Here's the thing. This is a tough question. I would say it's a reach. It's definitely not a steal.
Right.
A steal would be Anthony Richardson falling to tonight until the third round, and then you get him, right? Because, like you said, he could have been a number 1 overall pick. But, man, he's played like 11, 12 games in college. He's going to be a project. But the good thing about Anthony Richardson, besides the workout and he's a physical freak, he wants to learn. He's a hard worker, first guy in the building, last guy to leave kind of guy. And I thought that there were like 4 situations, 4 teams, 4 offensive coordinators that could turn him into an NFL starting quarterback. And I think he attached himself to the right guy in Shane Steichen. You saw what he did with the Eagles with Jalen Hurts, man. They had to redesign that offense because remember last year, not the year that they go to the Super Bowl, the year before that, when they win 8-9 games and they go to the playoffs just to get bounced by Tampa, they changed their offense like week 6, completely like revamped that offense. So I think like, because you have Gardner Minshew there, I think with a year or 2 to sit and you put in the right offense, I think he could be all right, man. But I'm still going to say that was a reach. I think Will Levis would have been a reach, though, too.
Either one of them.
A quarterback.
Either one. Well, clearly Will Levis would have been a reach because it took till the second round for them to get him. But yeah, you're gonna have to give Anthony Richardson time to develop. And if they're smart, honestly, you don't play him the first 2 years of his career unless it's mop-up duty and blowouts, or there's an injury and you have to.
I bet he plays this year, though.
I think he does, too. That's the problem. I don't like it.
I think he's going to be a starter week 1.
Oh, that would be such a bad decision.
And you want to hear something even crazier?
Yes.
I'm going to draft him probably as like Mr. Irrelevant in fantasy football because he's probably going to be a fantasy god. I mean, he is awesome. Like, as a football player. I don't know if he's going to be a good quarterback. It's like Justin Fields, though.
I feel like
you
it could be remember Justin Fields' his rookie year where they would bring him in on random plays?
Yeah.
I could see the Colts doing that. Falcons taking Bijan Robinson. Was that a reach or a steal to you?
God, this is tough.
All right, I'll tell you right now, I think that was neither. I'm going to go right down the middle. I think it was a good pick. I don't think they reached at number 8, but I also don't necessarily think that it was an absolute steal because I wouldn't have taken him maybe 4th overall. But for the Falcons, this could be a generational talent as a running back. And now in today's NFL, we've devalued the running back completely. The problem is he's somebody that can be a weapon in a high-powered offense that loves to run the football already. Yeah. They've got multiple weapons they've utilized. They ran the ball really well. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, too. He's an incredible talent. And running backs, if they're good, will contribute right away. And if you look at what you've got right now, if you're the Falcons, saying, we want to give Desmond Ridder a chance, right? He's going to be their starter. Why not give him the weapons around him to say, there's no excuse. We know now whether you're a starting quarterback down the road or you're not. So I actually liked the pick. Also, I bet it, so that was the reason why, too. I'm a little happy about it.
You know what, man? I'm going to say, I don't want to say steal because it was a running back that went in the top 10, but I really like Bijan. I thought he was the top 3 player in this draft, right behind Will Anderson. So I'll say, you know what? I'm with you right down the middle on Bijan.
The right pick.
Just because of the price, Quentin Johnston at 20-1 with the Chargers.
Yeah.
Because he goes to the best offense. He's got Justin Herbert throwing him the ball. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are never healthy.
Yes, that's the key right
there.
Even
if they are, man, like that's a lot of attention for those guys. You could move Johnston around. You saw what he did at TCU. Yeah, I think I would take that price at 20-1. Or Zay Flowers, 20-1 in that Baltimore offense.
Yep.
Because I don't know that OBJ, I know OBJ is not a 1. We'll see, though. The thing that concerns me, and I know that the Cardinals are like, we're not going to do business with the Ravens or whatever they're saying these days, but I don't know. I'm buying into Lamar's tweet. I think D-Hop plays with Lamar.
And the question then becomes, is it similar to Jordan Addison where Justin Jefferson takes some of the attention away, but also then some of the targets? If Zay Flowers has OBJ, and then he's also got D-Hop, I don't. Zay Flowers is not going to get big enough numbers to win at 20-1, and I think that those odds would probably even get longer at that point.
Yeah,
I think if D-Hop goes there, you're looking at probably closer to 25-1 for Zay Flowers. But I do like Quentin Johnston. If you're looking at 20-1 or higher, that's definitely the smartest one because you have 2 other receivers that you can't count on constantly being out there on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly think it's Jackson Smith and Jigba at pick 20. I really do because I think it's just such an easy fit, and it's also one where he is not. It reminds me of 2 years ago when he was on Ohio State, where you had Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave. Except now you have DK Metcalf and you have Tyler Lockett, right? It's like those guys are going to have so much of the attention. Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to make a really easy transition into the slot receiver position, and I think he's going to really provide short to intermediate route running, ability to get in and out of breaks, really just the ability to create instant separation in the passing game. I think is going to be big for Geno because obviously DK is a vertically oriented receiver at 6'3" plus 230 pounds. Tyler Lockett's also a guy that can really stretch the field. So having him as that kind of underneath separator, I think will be big time. I wouldn't be shocked if he is in contention for the most catches on that football team when all is said and done. Because I think it's going to be spread out a lot more. It's just the other 2 are going to obviously average more yards per catch. They're going to be a little bit more vertically oriented. But I think that he's the third option day one. He's the starting slot receiver. And then when Tyler Lockett's gone in a year or 2, because he's getting a little bit up there in age, and I know that they've been talking about, potentially how long is the window for him to be on the Seattle Seahawks, into the future. I think that Jackson Smith and Jigba makes an easy transition into the number 2 role in that offense with DK Metcalf. So it's a little bit, no-brainer, I think, to say wide receiver 1 might be the most successful, but I really love the fit because I just don't think he's going to be fed the ball all the time. I think that he has players around him that are going to be able to take some of the target off his back a little bit and be able to make a lot of plays.
Ryan, I have a question. I need you to help me out with this as we get ready for the second half to get going here. We both are on Warriors -1.5 in the third quarter, by the way. Down 7 in the Kings. Gross. I just saw a commercial, and I keep seeing this. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. They now have creamy and crunchy. Now, crunchy I get. It's like crunchy peanut butter in there. But isn't it already creamy peanut butter pretty much in a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup? I mean, it's...
Yeah, I think.
Like, what's different about it? Is that just like, I guess that's a marketing thing, Burlow? Is that what we're looking at?
I think they're running out of ideas, is what it sounds like to
me. I think you might be right.
I think so, too.
I don't know why it bothers me. I'm a big Reese's Peanut Butter Cup fan. I just saw a commercial. It said new.
I have to Google that.
Next, we're going to see Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. There's peanut butter in it.
There's peanut butter inside. Well, they had the one that's all peanut butter, and then
which were not good.
Mostly, yeah.
They were not.
No, and there was another one they did. That's the one where they did the Reese's Pieces in it, and it just didn't really do anything because it was peanut butter and peanut butter. So like, what do you do? Look,
Stay
I get
in your lane there.
They're trying everything. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups do not need to be changed. All they need to be is chocolate and peanut butter at the original ratio that was created so we can all enjoy the greatest candy, the most perfect candy that God has ever given us. There is nothing more. We've been blessed with the greatest candy ever. I don't need crunchy peanut butter, which, by the way, is the inferior form of peanut butter.
Oh, yeah.
It should always be creamy. It's like somebody that likes bread and butter pickles over dill. Disgusting. Nobody should be eating bread and butter pickles because they're disgusting. Dill is always the better choice. Creamy peanut butter is always the better choice, which is what Reese's Peanut Butter Cups have always been. So why do we need to have a new package that says creamy? We are getting bamboozled and hoodwinked by marketing in this world, and everybody's falling for it. And I, for one, will not. I will put my foot down, and I will only have the original Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. None of this crunchy nonsense or fake creamy because it's already been creamy. You're just putting on a new name.
Bunch of
That's
crap.
all that it is.